Hi, and welcome to the Vital Vibes podcast. I'm Dr. Kelley Coble, and I'm here with my husband, Ian Coble.
Hi there.
And we're here to talk to you today about getting that summer body.
I guess that's what we're talking about. Okay.
In a roundabout
In a
way.
roundabout way. Okay, that's the catchphrase for episode 5.
That's right.
Okay.
I did, before we get started, want to mention that although I am a professional healthcare provider, I'm a dentist. All the opinions here are strictly mine and should not be construed as medical advice.
Okay. Keep your primary physician and
That's right.
yes, this is just advice.
This is just
Information and
information
opinions.
and opinion.
Yeah,
That's right. And they're all my own.
not advice. Sorry. Yeah, there we
Love it.
go. Okay. What's been going on? We always kind of start off with a lead in. What's new with us?
What is new with us?
I think the previous episode right before was right before we left for the Oregon coast. So we're fresh back from
Yeah,
Oregon.
that was amazing.
We spent 4 or 5 days down just south of Cannon Beach.
In Arch Cape.
Hmm.
But don't tell anyone actually.
I wasn't gonna say it. So Manzanita, that's where we were.
Manzanita. It was such an awesome place to get photons.
Hmm.
The ocean there is gorgeous.
It is gorgeous. It's we've this is our fourth time that we've gone to that part of the Oregon coast, and we've always stayed in the same house,
Yeah.
and become friends with the owners, and it's just kind of a really cool place for us. But and the kids love it. They all have their own rooms, and it's just sort of this place that we all look forward to. And I think usually we go there and it's foggy
Right.
almost all day, every day, and like really windy, which is still cool. But we got like super lucky. We got a ton of sun
We
for
did.
almost the entire time we were there. We did get to go surfing though
Yeah.
for one day.
We did our little surfing.
Yep, that was awesome. Our youngest went with us
I was
surfing for the day.
surprised how big the waves were
It
and
was a
how
legitimately good break.
steady.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was amazing.
Hmm. I was impressed. I was not expecting it to be as nice as it was. And then
It's a
um
long hike down to the ocean from the parking lot. So if you ever do go to, what was it called?
oh God. I cannot remember, but it's the beach break just north of Manzanita that anyone would know.
If you ever go there, bring your shoes. You
Yeah, I forgot mine. I brought like regular shoes, and I'm just like, I'm not gonna trash them on a hike. I'm just gonna go barefoot. That was a long half-mile hike because they just put like the riprap gravel all over it, like
Yes.
they'll do like a driveway with, and it was just sort of like, okay, this is very stabby.
I appreciate all the grounding you got
Oh, it
that
was awesome.
day,
Yeah, no
but I
complaints.
felt so bad because you're walking with two surfboards. You had yours and you had our daughter's,
Hmm.
and it's a long walk in with no shoes.
Yep. And she caught precisely 3 waves, and she's like, I'm cold.
Oh,
I'm
was
done.
it three? I thought it was one.
Uh, it was 3 spaced out over the course of about 30 minutes with a
I
10-minute break in between each. So
mean, part of having children is, spending money to rent a surfboard, money to park in the parking lot,
had
walking down with
wetsuits. Yep.
two boards,
Hmm.
and then, yeah, spending 5 minutes in the ocean.
I know I've told you this, but I haven't told the podcast the story, and I'll paraphrase it real quickly. But my dad is a huge fly fisherman, and his goal for me, since I was, like 2, was to turn me into a fly fisherman. And I remember he took me on a trip to the Green River in Utah, and we had a guide, and my dad was getting a little bit frustrated because I didn't want to fish.
Yeah.
And Emmett looked at him and he said, Tom, it doesn't matter. If he wants to throw rocks all day and eat candy, that's what I want him to do. All it is about him associating a good time and a good memory
So true.
with fishing. And it was genius advice. And I don't think I fished the entire day. I think
Poor dad.
I sat in the back. I ate candy because the guide was this big man, and he
Yeah.
had a big, huge bag of candy that he shared with me. And he gave me the fishing net. And so anytime my dad caught a fish, I'd jump to the front of the boat
Oh,
and scoop that up. And that was fun for me,
That
and
was fun.
eventually I got very into fly fishing and was a guide for a number of years and yeah, it all starts with how you have to make it fun
You
for
do.
the kid. You can't, it's not about me.
Hmm.
And so if our youngest didn't want to surf all day
Right.
and she wanted to sit on the beach after catching one wave, as long as she had a good time and she wanted to jump back in the ocean the following day, so I think she did.
Sounds like it.
We'll see. I'm hoping.
I think that's it. And she wasn't inside.
She
She
was not
wasn't on her
inside.
phone. She's never
No,
on her phone, but
no, that's a house rule too.
it's just so amazing that like she was sitting on the beach, still getting sun, still
Hmm.
getting the mist off the ocean. She was watching people do amazing things.
Hmm.
There was a vibe there. I mean, it was probably the most beautiful beach I've seen in
In the
probably
Northwest, I was
decades.
very impressed. There was a really cool waterfall, lookers right as you were paddling out, that just fed right into the ocean. And just yeah,
Yeah.
very, very cool.
So if there's, I mean, regardless of what she's doing, it's still paradise.
Hmm.
So yeah, that was a great trip. I can't wait for next year. I hope we get to go back.
Yep.
And what else have we been doing?
We have a organic farm at the bottom of our property, not ours, but a neighbor's, and they have their annual
Yeah.
what CSA, was
CSA.
that community sustained agriculture?
Yeah, so we have basically every week we go and pick up our vegetables
Yeah,
and you
weeks
get
worth of
what you get.
veggies. Yeah,
So you might get a ton of beets and what have we been getting a lot of?
cucumbers currently,
Cucumbers.
and squash.
And then you just make it work.
Yeah,
Like whatever we get, we're like, oh, we've never seen this before.
yeah. How are we
And
gonna cook
mhm,
collard greens?
that's right.
That was last week or week before last.
That's right. And I end up making your parents like a southern
Yeah, casserole with
casserole.
uh, bacon and sausage, and
Yeah,
yeah, it was really good.
it was
Um,
awesome.
yeah, you should put the recipe.
I should.
Yeah,
I'll definitely work on some more recipes.
yeah,
I love to cook, and I love to cook with stuff from the CSA.
yeah. Especially knowing that it's just here, it's local.
Mhm.
It's that whole slow cooking, seasonal, local, organic that Alice Waters popularized, and that's it's a good way to eat.
Well, and your body understands because it sees what time of year it is.
Hmm.
It looks at the light, it looks at the, you know, everything around it, and it says, okay, it's July in Seattle. It wants what's present in July in Seattle.
Seasonal. Yeah.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And it doesn't send any confusing messages to your body. And then I take all the tops off the radishes and all the different things that we get and I juice them.
Yep.
So it all gets used.
Yep. Nothing
And
goes to waste.
it tastes different than what we get at the grocery store.
Absolutely. And then you sneak parts of it into the kids' smoothie.
Yeah, well that was more when my kids were little
I know, it's just a funny story.
until they busted me and then talk about a loss of trust. Like the fact that I was putting spinach and kale into their smoothie was like the end of the world. And I don't know if I ever got that full trust back, but just so you know, kids, it was also in your spaghetti.
They're not listening, I'm not worried.
A lot of other things. So no, they're not listening. I haven't quite gotten to that point yet with the kids.
Nope.
It's entertaining because like I have such a science mind and you see me every morning reading physics books and
Mhm.
doing science experiments as we say. And because I think some of the things I say aren't considered like particularly mainstream, my kids just think I'm a hippie.
They do.
It's so entertaining.
Mhm.
Couldn't not saying it couldn't be farther from the truth, but it's such a
It's just a generalization. They
yeah,
don't have another term that they can think of, and the fact that you think outside of the box or what's just
yeah.
considered, culturally norm,
Hmm.
the only title they can come up with to make fun of you is
It's
hippie.
hippie.
Yeah, so
And I'm not offended.
it's not an
I'm
offensive term.
happy to be in that
Yeah, exactly.
category. But the truth is, like, I do like to talk about things in a way that sometimes aren't mainstream. And I think that leads great into this episode
Mhm.
because when we talk about a beach body, I think immediately people go to calories and they go to macros.
Hmm.
And they're like, okay, if I want a beach body, I have to deprive myself. I have to do this, this, and this,
Well, and even if you're not after a beach body, but you just want to look better or
or lose
be
weight.
healthier or
Hmm.
lose weight, and like I've myself been like very active for a very long time since
Right,
like high school, and even like going back to like college, I was a collegiate rower. Like I was in the lightweight boat because I was just scrawny at first,
right,
like having to watch weight there. And then in either weightlifting or CrossFit or whatever, like you're still always like chasing, your ideal body that moves best, but weight is a big portion of that, whether it's for aesthetics and look and beach body,
right.
or you just want to be healthier. And I think a lot of times people have difficulty with losing weight, especially I always found it's the last bit that can be the hardest, for myself at least.
I agree. And I don't know about your experience with athletics, but I mean, as a female, weight has always been such a like loaded issue. Just so many women just hate their body because it carries extra weight.
Hmm.
And I think I've been through every iteration of that
Okay.
in my lifetime. But I finally come to realize that weight is basically to me now waste.
Okay.
So it's a different way of looking at it than calories in, calories
Well,
out.
extra weight, I think.
Extra weight.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Extra weight as waste or
Yes.
is waste.
Because what I'm watching now is that people are gaining weight at like crazy
Hmm.
amounts of weight where they're not eating more than we did 10 or 15 years ago.
Hmm.
So there's something else going on that I think some people are having a hard time understanding. And I want to offer an alternative way of thinking about weight.
Okay.
So I think one of the biggest lies we've been told is that weight is just eating too much.
A poor diet or poor quantity. Sorry, our cat's over here being
She found a toy.
rambunctious. It's not even a toy, it's a label on the ground.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, yeah.
toy.
This is toy.
Um, but today I don't really want to talk about like the traditional calories or macros
Hmm.
or Ozempic or any of that. I want to talk about something that like almost no one realizes or talks about, and that is our body's incredible way that it removes waste.
Okay.
Um, Weight to me at this point in my life, and like I said, I've been through every iteration of, food relationship that there is. But one of the things that comes with being older, I think, is being wiser.
Hmm.
And I've come to see weight and excessive weight, especially fat, as a way for our body to protect itself
Okay.
and to wall off waste that is accumulating inside of our bodies. And it's actually a protection to protect us from disease and toxins. So when you start thinking about like fat and extra weight and you start feeling like, oh, I hate this. I don't want this. This is bad. It's actually your body doing its best to protect you
Okay.
from the things that we have to deal with today.
Okay.
So I see it as like a love of your body towards you.
So the extra weight that it is storing is a defensive mechanism?
Yeah,
Okay.
that's right. So we always think nowadays that wellness comes from putting more things in.
Hmm.
Like I need to do
Supplements.
more supplements
Hmm.
or more pills, or I if only I took this, I would be skinny and healthy.
Hmm.
And I think more protein powder, like more pills, more biohacks.
Hmm.
And I just see that as maybe backwards because nature doesn't like accumulate things.
Hmm.
Nature survives because it removes waste.
Yeah.
So, our body's no different. Like every living system has to eliminate waste in order to survive.
Hmm.
I mean, that's the key.
Well, I know that's one of the reasons that, and I know you said you're not going to talk about it today, but like you're against GLP-1s is because that's just keeping things in the system for a very long time
Right.
to essentially ferment in the stomach and the intestines.
Right. I'm not against anything
Hmm.
necessarily when it comes to like GLP-1s. I believe that everything has a place, but I believe that the GLP-1 boom
Hmm.
is toxic as hell.
Yeah.
And GLP-1s cause waste to accumulate in the body.
Hmm.
And we're talking about a body that's like, pretend like your body is like a city
Hmm.
and there's garbage trucks taking out the waste.
Yeah.
And GLP-1 causes the garbage trucks to go on
To go
strike.
on strike. Yeah. I know, like New York
So
has had a couple of those garbage strikes where everything they just start piling
it piles up.
up on the street and just black trash bags just stacked mile high, and trash services there have them over a barrel.
Yeah. So yeah, you're going to feel full
Yeah.
and your nerves are going to think you're full. And there's a whole cascade of events that I would like to talk about another
Yeah.
day. But the garbage is there
Yeah.
accumulating.
No, I just wanted to mention that because you were talking about the disposal of waste.
Right.
So, yeah.
Yeah. But I mean, we produce waste. Let's just put aside for a hot second the waste that we're dealing with now in this year compared to like 1972. Let's just put that aside. Your body,
The quality of diet.
not even diet, just the amount of toxins and waste that we're exposed to,
Uh, when you say exposed to, do you mean that in our foods or do you mean that
our
in
environment.
environment as well?
Yeah. So, like, pretend like, in 1952, we were dealing with metabolic waste.
Okay.
So, that's the waste that just comes from living
Hmm.
inside of our cells. There's a footprint of just being a human where we accumulate waste that our body has to deal with. So our body gets rid of that waste and then it goes on to do all its other functions. But here in this year, in this decade, we are exposed to things we've never seen before,
Hmm.
times a thousand.
Hmm.
So we're expecting our body not only to get rid of like metabolic waste and like the things that we're used to getting rid of, but we're also expecting our body to get rid of aluminum, glyphosate. I mean, thousands of toxins that are in your makeup, in your furniture, in your clothes, in your food.
Hmm.
We're expecting it to not only handle its day to day waste, but also the thousands of things that are now present.
Yeah.
It's a big ask.
Our body's having to filter out a hell of a lot more than it used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, air pollution, artificial light, chemical exposure,
Hmm.
increased stress. They're still trying to do the same job, but at some point, the garbage trucks can't keep up.
Yeah.
So the waste accumulates and we think, oh, we're deficient in something. We have a symptom.
Hmm.
We need we need to take some more vitamin D or we need to take some more vitamin C.
Hmm.
And it's like it's not that we need to take more in,
Hmm.
it's that we need to get rid of more.
Yeah.
So
And not about eating less,
no.
about purging
Well,
the
purging
system.
sounds like throwing.
Sorry. Well, yeah. That's not what I mean. I mean more in the sense of
We need the body to clean house.
yes, thank you.
Yeah,
And there's many different ways of doing that, and I think that's what you wanted to talk about specifically today.
I did.
Yeah.
Cleansing is a fundamental.
Not suggesting purging in the throwing up way, just to be clear here.
No, fun. Cleansing is a fundamental process.
Yes.
Our bodies have always done it. It's it's normal, it's natural. But I'm proposing that we can't keep up anymore.
Mhm. Not with the lifestyle, not with the environmental factors, not with the dietary factors
No,
that we're exposed to today, and probably has been for
sometime.
over 100 years, I'm going to guess, possibly more, possibly even like pre-industrial revolution.
It's getting worse every year.
Yeah.
And so I want to talk about cleansing like as a fundamental biological process. I want to talk about green juice and how it fits into cleansing.
Mhm.
Um,
Should we talk about fasting in there too?
We can talk about fasting. I want to talk about colonics,
Hmm.
which is going to be fun.
I'm sure that'll be a hot topic for
And
always makes everyone's eyebrows raise. Yeah.
it does.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about, as a dentist, what I care about what's happening in your colon.
Hmm.
And so I think our body already knows what to do, but we just need to get everything else out of the way.
Okay.
So one of the people that profoundly influenced how I think was like Natalia Rose and her philosophy on reducing the digestive burden. But then I also want to incorporate like Jack Cruse's emphasis on restoring like environmental conditions and pollution and how it affects like energetic pollution and how it affects the body. And I think I'm going to tie it all together
Okay.
somehow. So I hope, like, if you've ever thought about detox or cleansing before, that this completely changes the way that you think about it. And I want to reframe your relationship with the fat and extra weight in your body to see it as a protective mechanism so that you can appreciate what your body is trying to do.
Okay. I
There,
think if even if you don't want to necessarily embrace it and you want to, you can still utilize some of these techniques to remove fat.
yeah,
If you are very
yeah,
focused on wanting to be thin and beach body
yeah,
ready, and there are a lot of people that are like that, you
yeah,
can't necessarily embrace fat, and you can either embrace it or you cannot. And if you don't want to, these are things that are going to be different from what you've
right,
heard from the standard macro diet,
right,
calorie deficiency, starvation model, that
right.
I can almost promise very few people have given attention to.
Well, correct. And I'm not saying I want you to embrace like exactly how you are now. Everyone wants to strive to be
Always.
healthier, to be leaner, to be better.
Yeah.
Your body's constantly working to restore that balance. I just want to take away like some of the like shame, I guess,
Hmm.
that comes along with carrying extra weight and taking it from just being about food to also being about things that your environment is putting into your body.
Hmm. It's another uh, component of
Yeah.
that journey. And if you're not paying attention to that component, all the dieting in the world is I don't want to say moot, but it's missing a
Yeah.
key pillar.
It's missing a huge pillar.
Hmm.
And I mean, in my opinion, like when we have taken in the wrong kind of food or we're in an environment that's not healthy, our body is trying to protect us by walling off those toxins. And
Hmm.
the best place to store toxins is in the fat.
Hmm.
So it builds up fat cells, it walls off those toxins, and it puts them away.
Yeah.
It's like, I don't want these by the organs. The organs are filtering the environment.
Hmm.
I want to protect those organs. And so I'm going to place the toxins and the fat in an area that's safe.
Like you said, walled off.
It's walled off.
Hmm.
And so I think our bodies are really trying to move things out. And if they can't move it out, then they're going to store it.
Hmm.
So our body's not broken, it's overwhelmed.
Okay.
And that's the key. Like all the problems that we're having with like our skin problems, our fatigue, any disease that you can think of, a big part of it is our body is overwhelmed. We know how to take care of all these problems.
Hmm.
We know how to cure all these diseases. Our body is insanely intelligent. But if your body's overwhelmed, it can't do the work
Yeah.
to take care of all those issues.
Hmm.
So if you want to lose weight and you want that summer body and you want to be efficient and I'm going to say happy,
Hmm.
then we got to get rid of the waste.
Yeah.
And it's an uncomfortable conversation because I think things have changed.
In what way?
I mean, we have been cleaning house for centuries, but now the garbage trucks are collecting like 100 times more waste.
Yeah, you were just mentioning that
Yeah.
earlier.
So you have one garbage truck for a neighborhood that's growing, population's growing by the thousands.
Mhm.
That one garbage truck just can't do it all anymore.
But our body's only born with the one garbage truck.
It's only born with the one garbage truck. So trying to get like more garbage trucks, that's not the answer.
Hmm.
The answer is reduce the waste, reduce the waste.
Okay.
And so I'm thinking like not only do we have to take care of all the old proteins, all the old dead cells, all the digested food, but now we have to deal with the aluminum, we have to deal with the microplastics. So we have to be more efficient at getting rid of the waste than ever before.
Okay.
That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
Our body's already designed to do it, but now there's too much. So,
So let's talk about then what are you proposing to do in order to cleanse the body of these extra toxins?
okay, so it's going to start with green juice.
Okay, let's start there.
So there's so many facets to this. I'm not quite sure where to start, but
Well, I think you just start.
I mean, a lot of people think of,
What is green juice? How about that?
okay, green juice is no fiber juice. So it's taking juice that's seasonal, like vegetables that are seasonal, like lettuce, kale, cucumbers,
Mainly vegetables, no fruit.
no fruit.
Okay.
We're just talking vegetables right now.
Vegetables
We're
only.
talking about green juice.
Let's make sure we're being very clear here.
We're talking about green vegetables,
Green
green
vegetables.
leafy vegetables from the sun,
Okay.
organic.
And organic being a
Mhm.
key part because you're not going to be wanting to juice non-organic vegetables that have been exposed to glyphosate
Yeah, we
or
don't want to
other
add.
pesticides.
The goal here is to use the juice to get rid of the toxins. And if you have juice that's full of toxins,
Hmm.
that point is moot.
Okay.
So you go to your local farmer. We're doing the best we can, right? There is no food anymore that's clean.
Hmm.
Just to be clear, 99.9% of our food is contaminated.
Hmm.
So what is one to do, right?
We do our best.
We do our best. So we're going to get juice from the farm. We're going to get organic, fresh vegetables, and we take them home and we juice out the constituents that have all of the electrons that we need in our
Mhm.
body. So you put them in a juicer.
What type of juicer?
There's different types, but you want one that doesn't build heat,
Okay.
um,
Ideally.
and ideally,
Hmm.
and one that gives you the cleanest, purest, fresh juice. And I will love to post some options
Okay.
in our podcast. We have two different juicers, as you
Which
know.
ones are they? Do you remember the brand names?
We have an Omega,
Okay.
and
That's like the daily one that you've
that's
had the longest.
the daily one I've had the longest.
Hmm.
And then we got the old school Norwalk.
Norwalk. And that one's a company that's defunct or
They're
it's
they're
bankrupt now,
gone.
right? Yeah.
I wouldn't say bankrupt.
Okay.
They closed shop after, you know, 50 years in business, but
Hmm.
you can still get the machines repaired. There's
Yeah,
still
there's I
a
think
company that
on
works for
eBay,
them.
right?
Yep.
That that finds them, like cleans them up, repurposes
Yeah.
them, fixes, and then resells them on eBay. But that's the Omega one is the style where you put everything in the top and you can just see it churn,
Correct.
and then it just spits out the juice out the bottom. The other one,
It's complicated.
very complicated, but it ends up spitting out a pulp that you then put into a hydraulic press that
Yes.
then squeezes juice out of said pulp. It's a much more complex
Yes.
process. So maybe I'm getting a little bit too far ahead, but just saying
It's good.
to the listeners that there are options.
Mhm.
The latter one that adds actually the hydraulic press is the cleaner of the two options, if I remember, because there's no heat produced in it, right?
Right. So you have the Omega and it spins, it's a
Hmm.
masticating juicer, and you get some nice fresh juice out of it. And then we have the Norwalk, which it's really a relic. I mean, it's a
Oh no,
throwaway.
like you look at it, it is the the casting of like metal pieces that they used and stamped out
Yeah.
or forged. It's a heavy, it's like a 70 pound
Yeah.
a piece of equipment that's probably, I don't know, a foot and a half wide by
Right.
a foot tall by a foot deep. It's massive and it weighs a ton.
Yeah, so I think you get that if you're like a juice nerd. I mean, I got it on eBay.
Mhm. You went and sought this thing out.
I went and sought it out.
Yeah, it was
Mm,
not just at the Target um on the shelf.
right. But for most people, I think having a practical juicer, or there are companies online
Hmm.
that will send you fresh pressed juice,
Hmm.
and you don't, or you can go to your local juicery. Like when we were in Portland,
Yeah, and
there
there
were
were like
so
two,
many.
like right where in the neighborhood that we were in.
They were awesome.
And we were just down in Newport Beach for
Yeah.
a graduation, and there were two or three down there.
You know,
So there are around, this one, her first thing anytime we travel anywhere is not to look at restaurants or things to do. It's who has an organic green juicery.
where can I get my juice?
Where can I get my juice? Because I'm not carting that machine with
No,
us.
I don't take
I'm
it with
not allowing
me,
that.
but I need that juice, and it's the soap
Okay.
that cleans out my body.
Okay. Well, anyone's.
Anyone's.
Yeah.
So without the juice, the cleansing is incomplete nowadays.
Okay.
So
And
what,
how does this work then? So you've juiced
right.
your vegetables.
So I just want to make a clarification, like smoothies aren't juice. So smoothies have fiber, they have like all parts of the vegetable or the fruit or
Hmm.
so smoothies have a place in life, but they are not like part of a juice
Let's
cleanse.
not confuse the two.
Right. Like the goal of juice is to, well, there's several goals, but one is not to overwhelm the system with digestion.
Hmm.
So if you're talking about a smoothie, you have extra things for the body to process, like fiber.
Hmm.
So juice doesn't have fiber, it's just the liquid that comes out of the vegetable.
Hmm.
So once you get that fresh liquid out of the vegetable, it's like drinking the sun. It literally is drinking the sun. So the plants take the chlorophyll, they use the chlorophyll to process the sun.
Hmm.
And that's what you're drinking.
Hmm. You mentioned something about deuterium water.
Yes.
Or is it deuterium free or deuterium enriched? I can't remember. I'm sorry.
So you don't want deuterium
Deuterium
in
free.
your water.
And the green juice is all
Plants have already
filtered that out.
filtered out the deuterium for you.
Okay.
So you'll never see me drinking a pint of tap water.
Hmm.
I'm either drinking deuterium depleted water or green juice.
Okay.
And the green juice has already been deuterium depleted by the plant.
Naturally.
That's what makes it so wonderful.
Sure.
Because deuterium depleted water is expensive as hell.
Yes.
So
I see that.
the only people who need to drink that particular water that you buy, deuterium depleted water, are people who have a need
Hmm.
for it.
Sure.
Um, Otherwise it's just too expensive and, just not worth it. But the nice thing about being like on board with the green juice is that you buy the vegetables and that's it. Like that's what you're eating
Hmm.
for breakfast and lunch. And so the cost of it is offset
Hmm.
because you're not paying for chips and candy and
Hmm.
things like that.
Okay.
Because people sometimes ask me if it's expensive to green juice.
Yeah, I mean, if organic vegetables are
Mhm.
not necessarily cheap, um, but if you are doing this in place of meals,
Right.
um, that definitely is offsetting the cost because if you go to the grocery store to, make dinner for two people, that's easily going to be, I don't know, $20 or on the cheap end probably, and then
Right.
going much higher if you want to. Um, so how does we've got the water, the deuterium-free water,
Right.
all the minerals out of the vegetables, out of the green leafy vegetables.
Right.
Now, what does that do?
It's so interesting because there's so many ways to look at this. Um, the biggest way to look at it is, want to simplify it, is that the green juice is going to alkalinize the body. So it's going to take the acidic waste out
Hmm.
of the body.
Okay.
So it's going to grab on to the waste in your system and pull it out
Okay.
of the body. And it's amazing because most people don't know that they have decades and decades of waste in their body.
Hmm.
So in their cells, in their fat. I mean, okay, this is a personal story, but I was having a lot of health problems, and I went in and had an American physician like do scans of my body and my pancreas and my gallbladder, and they were like, "Oh, everything looks good, but your organs are surrounded by some fat, and that's totally normal in America."
Hmm.
They're like, "Everyone in America has fat around them,
Visceral fat.
visceral fat."
Yeah.
And I'm thinking to myself, how can I have visceral fat around my organs?
Mhm.
I have a clean diet lately, like I would say in the last 5 years.
Yeah.
I exercise, and I'm thinking, what is that all about?
Hmm.
And so what I learned is like that visceral fat is the waste accumulating around your organs. It's protecting your organs from that waste.
It's pulling, so it's the liver, the pancreas, pulling toxins, the kidneys, pulling toxins out of the system, walling it off because it
Be-
can't expel it any other way. So all it can do is create fat
And it needs
and
to,
store it
mhm.
away from the organs because it can't excrete it, it can't expel
Right.
it. So it's just doing its damnedest to prevent the rest of the body from being exposed to it.
And I was shocked that I had visceral fat.
Hmm.
I consider myself a lean person.
You are.
Um, but he said every American has visceral fat.
Mhm.
And the more I learned, the more I came to understand that's waste.
Yeah.
It's a burden that the body's trying to get rid of.
Hmm.
And it stores it around the organs, and it helps support the organs. And if you ask like the quantum biologist, it's deuterium heavy, also like deuterium heavy waste.
Okay.
And it's protecting the body again from its environment.
Hmm.
So green juice on the simple level is going to start pulling some of that waste out.
Because of its alkalinity or
If it's going to alkalize the body and pull out the acidic waste.
okay.
So first of all, you're going to get like a vacuum,
Hmm.
where the cells are going to give up that waste because there's a positive and a negative charge.
It's sort of leaching out of one
It's
into
going
the
to
other.
leach out
Okay.
the waste from your body,
Okay.
and it's going to start circulating that waste throughout your body.
Hmm.
And you're going to also be flooding your body with minerals that your body probably has needs desperately but hasn't seen in a long time.
Hmm.
So you're going to have this flood of minerals because we all know that plants have the mineral life of the planet.
Okay.
So you're going to get the benefit. Like the concentration of minerals is magnificent
I mean, everyone
in
knows
a
that
juice.
vegetables are healthy.
Yeah.
It's the thing that your parents forced you to eat when you were a kid because it's healthy and it's going to make you strong. We all know that vegetables have good things in them. So you're just taking the concentrated vegetable in its purest form and getting a almost like supercharged version of it
You get a
at the same time.
supercharged
So not
version.
just are you getting the cleansing effect of it pulling toxins out of the body,
Right.
but you're also getting all the nutrients, the vitamins, the
Right.
minerals with it. Okay.
So it's flooding your system
Hmm.
with nutrients. Nutrients you've been deficient in for 20 years.
Okay.
So you're flooded. Like you've got more nutrients than you need.
Okay.
At the same time, you've got this like polarity where you're pulling waste out. So all of a sudden you're like, wait a minute, like things are starting to function here.
Hmm.
Things are starting to move here. And you've got what I would call the memory of the sunlight. So the chlorophyll that comes from the plants has the sunlight in it.
Hmm.
So you're getting those photons,
Okay.
like you're drinking them. So if you're someone who understands the importance of circadian rhythm, and you understand getting out in the morning and seeing the sunrise, and then you're drinking the sunrise.
Hmm.
It sounds crazy, but it's going to help the body be more coherent so that the light can move more coherently through the body.
Okay.
So you've got the juice. It's it's now grabbed onto all that waste.
Mhm.
It's pulling it out of the cells. It's grabbing onto the waste in the colon. And I remember we were talking to one of my friends and he's like, "Well, I don't drink green juice. It gives me diarrhea."
Yeah.
And it's like, yes,
Mhm.
yes, it will.
Yeah.
So I never recommend to people that they just drink green juice and then that's it.
Yeah.
It will make you very, very sick.
Mhm.
It's so effective at pulling things out of the system that at best you'll get a headache.
Mhm.
You'll get nausea, you'll get you don't feel great. The green juice is the soap to cleanse the system, but then you've got to rinse it out.
Sure.
And
So just doing, and this isn't to say like if someone goes to, they're on their Saturday morning walk, they walk by a juice place and they're like, "I'll have a green juice. It sounds good, whatever." That's
fabulous.
great, but it's not what you're talking about at the
No,
levels you're talking about daily.
I'm talking
uh
about like doing a juice cleanse here.
Okay, well, and this is where we need to
Yeah.
make sure we're clarifying. So,
So if
not
you're
just a one-off single
no,
drink, but if you're doing a juice cleanse where this becomes a once a day or multiple times a day
right.
habit or cleanse, this is now where we're at. Of yes, you're going to get, because I don't want to dissuade people away from even one off is still going to be better than nothing.
Yeah.
But if we're trying to move the needle, if we're trying to
Right.
make an effect, you're suggesting doing more frequency,
Yes, absolutely.
multiple times a day.
Yeah, so if you're going down to the juice company and you're getting a juice,
Hmm.
you're still getting all those nutrients.
Yeah.
All the sunlight, activity, you're drinking in the sun, wonderful.
Hmm.
And you're probably not going to get like ill effects.
No.
But if you're doing a juice cleanse
Okay.
where you want to lose weight, you want a summer body,
Yeah.
and
You're
you want to
trying
be
to
light,
purge the toxins out of your body. You're
yes,
intentionally focusing on doing this.
yes, then the juice that you drink is going to grab onto so much waste
Hmm.
that it's going to start recirculating waste in your system.
Okay. It's pulled it out of the fat,
Out of the cell.
out of the cells,
Yeah.
and now it's bound in this juice. But if you're
Yes.
not getting rid of that, it's now almost awakened.
It's awakened.
Yeah.
And you can't put that back to sleep.
Hmm. And
So
people have very negative effects if they do these juice cleanses. And we mentioned the friend that had the GI discomfort from,
right.
but it can be very bad if we're not, if we're awakening all of this, we're pulling it all out. Now it's free,
Yeah.
but we're not doing anything to then get rid of it.
You have to open the exit door.
Hmm.
So if you have a drain
Hmm.
that's clogged and you pour things in it, it doesn't matter what you pour in there until you clean the drain,
Yeah.
things are going to start backing up.
Hmm.
So if you're drinking green juice, you're going to be pulling stuff out of the cells. You're going to be pulling waste out of the cells and it's going to start backing up because the drain is clogged.
Scrubbing the bathroom sink, but not taking the hairball out of the drain.
It is.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. So it
You're
led
cleaning the
me
sink, but there's nowhere for it to go.
for it to
So
go.
now it's just floating in the sink.
And this was so unexpected for me in my journey because it changed the way I think about the trash. Like, if you take everything out of your garage and you just throw it in a pile in the middle of your floor, it's like a bigger mess.
Or you just moved it.
You've just moved it.
Yeah, it's still there. Yeah,
So green juice like puts everything in the middle of the floor, but you still have to
but
eliminate
it's
it.
still there.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
you still have to move the waste out. And so in my health journey, I mean, the last thing I ever thought about was moving the waste out.
Hmm.
But I became desperate.
Hmm.
And I think there's a lot of people out there who are also in that position. And
Hmm.
when you're desperate, you sometimes will try things you might not have tried before. And if you had told me 10 years ago that I would be talking about taking the trash out of your body
Hmm.
on a podcast, I would have
Well, I think you just need to get
died.
the elephant out of the room. How are you discussing
Yeah.
this embarrassing topic that is cleaning the trash out of the house.
I think the biggest way that you can get the trash out is to use colonics.
Colonics, okay.
There's other ways, but without colonics in this day and age, I don't think it's possible to get the amount of waste out of your system that
Hmm.
we've collected.
Hmm.
And so,
I'm in agreement.
yay.
Yeah,
And I mean, I remember that being a very
full agreement. Yeah,
weird conversation to have with you because we'd already been together for a while before I
yeah.
decided to try colonics. And it was awkward as hell for me to just like explain what I was going to try and then to explain what I felt afterwards.
Hmm.
But I was like super fortunate that you were just like, awesome, whatever makes you feel better.
Yeah.
And
And I have embraced it now as well. It's,
yeah.
nothing to be embarrassed about, even if it does sound embarrassing.
Hmm.
It's what's the most important thing to me. It's the health of my family, um, and the health of myself because I want to be able to take care of my family. And
Absolutely.
so if this is something that has a drastic ability
Right.
to improve quality of life, improve health, improve longevity that not a lot of people are focusing on. But the science makes sense. And if that's going to help me and my family live a healthier, better, longer life, and we can spend more time being together, then I am 100% behind it. And I'm 100% behind
I've
this.
seen
It's
that.
yeah.
I mean, I remember when I started thinking about colonics, I'm like, okay, so let me get this straight. Someone puts water
Hmm.
in your butt and they rinse out your colon.
Yes, they are flushing a vast amount of water
Right.
through you
Through
in
you.
order to flush out and pull out all of that excess
Waste.
toxin and
Hmm.
crap, pardon the
Yeah.
pun, but you literally cleansing out all of the shit that your system has stored up for decades.
40 years.
Yeah.
So I decided, okay, I'm ready. I'm going to try it. So I started calling these like different colonic spas and they would not take me
Okay. Why not?
because I was not healthy
Okay.
and I was having problems with digestion.
Okay.
And they're like, oh, no, no, we don't take people who are, um, not healthy.
Hmm.
You need to get a doctor consult. You need to do this, which I had already done all of that. I mean, I had been through years of going to the doctor with no results.
Hmm.
So at first I was like, okay, I don't think I'm going to be a candidate for this procedure.
Hmm.
And then I called this number, and the woman who answered was like, I'm not a spa. I'm a, licensed hydrocolon therapist.
Hmm.
I do this out of my home.
Hmm.
And it's not fancy. You're going to show up at my home and I'm going to do the colonic. And it turns out it was the best thing that ever happened because she uses the Woods gravity method.
You're gonna have to explain that in some more detail.
I will.
Okay.
It's just a method of using natural gravity to flush the water in. There's no like pressure
Okay.
system.
It's not pressurized.
Correct. And a lot of the spas are pressurized systems, which is not what you want.
Okay.
So I showed up at her apartment. I remember standing outside the apartment door just thinking, oh, what do I do? I'm so like, I don't even know what I'm doing
Yeah.
here, but I know I need to do something.
Hmm.
And I went in and she's like, had this very simple setup.
Hmm.
You lay in her bath across her bathtub on a board. She flushes your colon. And the whole time I was like, this is the strangest thing I've ever done.
Hmm.
And it took about an hour. And then when I was finished, she's like, your eyes are clearer.
Hmm.
And I was like, I can see better. I can see more colors. And I went to my car and I'm like, I feel so happy.
Hmm.
And I got home and I'm like, I lost 10 pounds.
Wow.
And I was hooked. I mean, every time I went, I felt great.
Hmm.
And the more I started doing, the more I started paying attention and listening to colon hydrotherapists online. And they started telling me that like happy cells are clean cells
Yeah.
and that you can't be like cranky or upset when you have a clean system. and I felt it.
Yeah. So, I want to kind of tie in a little bit. So, if we're doing like a green juice cleanse,
Yeah,
or even not necessarily with a green juice cleanse, whatever you're doing, we're using a colonic to flush water through
the
the
colon. Mhm.
colon. Does it get to the pancreas and the liver?
You pull things out of the liver,
Yeah.
but you're just getting to the cecum, which is the top of the colon.
Okay.
That's kind of the main goal.
Yeah.
I don't even want to say goal because even if you don't get to the cecum, you're still cleaning out a tremendous amount of waste.
Waste that can't the body can't naturally
Not
purge
anymore.
anymore. It's in need of help, and this is practice that goes back. I can't even remember how many centuries, but it's not
Thousand.
new. Uh, it's not a new school of not medicine, but
It's
technique.
nothing
It's
new.
very old, and
It's needed more than ever now.
yeah. Okay.
So you're pulling toxins out of the colon with water.
Yeah.
Doesn't matter if it's filtered water, I'll be honest.
Hmm.
Water.
Water.
Um, and so that colon hydrotherapist irrigates the colon, clears the colon,
Hmm.
but that acts like a vacuum to pull more waste because you don't realize that there's waste beyond waste beyond waste
Hmm.
stored in the lining of the colon and then in the cells and then in the fat cells. And all of that is stuffed inside of our body
Hmm.
as a protective mechanism. And so the colon hydrotherapy is pulling that waste out bit by bit,
Hmm.
making room for more waste to come out.
Hmm.
So every time you do colon hydrotherapy, you're getting deeper and deeper and deeper into the waste.
Hmm. Yeah. Um, in the case of the juicing, you said, I don't want you to just do a juice cleanse and have
Right.
all of this because otherwise you're going to release it. So this is the colonic is then taking all of the toxins that have been released
Right.
by the juice fast and flushing that out.
Flushing them out.
Okay. And I
So
think,
the juice is the soap,
hmm,
and then you put in the water,
hmm,
and the water rinses out the body.
flushes it through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I think you can probably also associate that with fasting,
Yeah.
as well, because fasting is going to, I try and do a fast once a month.
Yeah. We do
Um,
our monthly fast.
yeah, I've gone as long as 72 hours
Right.
myself. That's hard. I'm not going to lie. If other people have thought about it or are thinking about doing it,
Right.
72 hours is very difficult. By the end of it, I was just a pile on the couch. Um, and you and the kids just were just like, Let's leave him
Let's
alone."
leave them there.
Um, but I do a 48-hour fast, usually once a month. You do a 48-hour green juice fast.
Yeah.
So how does that differ from what I'm doing?
So I think it's a personal process.
Yeah.
Either way, your cells are freed up to not digest food.
Hmm.
Super important. I think whoever wants to lose weight and start getting rid of the waste needs to be comfortable with some form of fasting.
Hmm.
And it can be short. Like you you eat lunch and then you don't eat again until the next morning.
Yeah, even
That
intermittent fasting is better than nothing.
it frees up your body to do other things
Mhm.
and to take care of other business. But one thing I've noticed with green juice is when I mean, you can't pull the toxins out without the juice.
Mhm.
So if you're just water fasting or just dry fasting, you're definitely giving yourself a huge boost.
Yeah.
The death of, bad cells is happening rapidly. The body's taking care of those dead cells. It's
Eh,
got nothing else to do.
yes.
So you're giving your body a huge advantage
There's a
by,
cartoon all that I've showed you, the one of
yeah,
the fasting. It's someone animated it with
I
like
love that cartoon.
Cheech and Chong style, like
Yeah.
voiceovers. I'll link it in the bottom because it's
Yeah.
it's it's too funny not to, but it like walks through like the cellular process of like what happens when you're not eating, and all of a sudden, like because there's no food in there, the body is now free to clean house. And the longer
Yeah.
that it has to clean house, it goes through different phases in order to that start flushing
Mhm.
and purging more cellular waste that is built
Right.
up. Um, and I think even, you mentioned like 12 hours. I think it's very easy for many people to just do a 12-hour fast. They probably sleep for 8.
Yeah,
Maybe
they
you
do.
just don't have breakfast right when you wake up. Or you have breakfast, but then you wait until dinner. The
Right.
more you can slow down the amount of food that the body has to constantly digest.
Yeah.
So I know, like, I've heard a lot of nutritionists that are saying, you should eat a bunch of small meals because then you're not having like a binge. But it's like,
Right.
but then your system is never having a chance to not be digesting,
It never has a chance.
and that's not healthy. Um, it's counter to what nutrition has said for a very long time,
We
but I
weren't made to
do
be
think it's a
constant
broken
snackers.
model.
I mean, think about it. We're mammals. We weren't just snacking all day.
No.
That's not how it was. We were lucky to have food,
Yeah.
especially large meals.
Hmm.
The juice is really where it's at because that's when you're actually pulling toxins actively out of the body.
Hmm.
So yeah, I have no problem with people who fast or water fast. You do it.
Hmm.
You have your way and I have my way.
Yeah.
But for me, I want those minerals. I want that density. I want that chlorophyll. I want that sunlight. And I want to pull the acidic waste out of my body.
Okay.
And I need a magnet to do that.
Hmm.
And the juice is
That's
the
a good way to
magnet.
describe it, as a magnet.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's going to magnetically pull that out. And guess what's left?
Hmm.
Space for coherent light to flow through my body.
Hmm.
So we need coherent light flowing through our body to run the system. And if you're full of shit
Hmm.
or waste, it's not going to flow.
No.
So, and it's not just the waste that's in your colon. I'm not talking about literal shit.
Yeah.
I'm talking, I am, and I'm not.
Yes and no.
I'm talking about the waste that's built up that is preventing the coherent light from flowing through the system.
Hmm.
So, unless you get rid of that waste, and you need a magnet
Hmm.
to pull that waste out, and that's where we differ.
Hmm.
I don't care because I'm just happy that you do what you do,
Yeah.
and I want everyone to make choices for themselves.
And I think anyone listening to this is uh, listen and digest and pull whatever information you need and apply that to your life.
Yeah,
And maybe that means that you stop snacking. Maybe you
right.
go longer between. Maybe you start green juicing once a week because it's still doing something.
Yeah,
Maybe you take a big step and you were like, hey, this is weird, but I do think I want to do a colonic.
yeah.
You had said that the wells, what was the technique that's gravity fed?
Oh, the woods method.
Woods, I'm sorry.
So I actually bought one for my home
Hmm.
because it was very expensive to go and get a colonic.
To a provider.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as often as I wanted and
Mhm.
needed. My body needed at the time. So I actually bought my own home system from Natalia Rose, and I'm able to green juice and do colonics at home.
Okay. I can link that if you'd like at the bottom.
Yeah, and she does a great job of A, providing the right equipment, and B, explaining the process step by step so that it's not an uncomfortable or mysterious way of
So,
eliminating waste.
given the awkwardness that this conversation has sort
Mhm.
of associated with it, would you recommend that someone perhaps go to a provider before trying to do this on their own
Oh
at
my
home?
gosh. You can't do it at home
Hmm.
unless you can't even begin to understand the intricacies
Of
of
what's involved?
colonics until you've at least had, I would say, 10 colonics with a professional.
Okay.
And then once you do, and you decide you want to do it at home, you go with someone like Natalia Rose, who provides a home kit, and you join up with her club and you learn step by step.
Colonic club.
It's a cleansing club
Okay.
and it will change your life.
I
And it,
can't imagine going and trying to do
you can't do
a
it all.
home cleanse on your own without having been. I'm just gonna, I guess, be a little bit open
Yeah.
about this as well, just
Yeah.
because we're already here, and I think, especially for male listeners,
Yeah.
to not be afraid of embracing and trying. It is awkward as hell. I'm
Yeah.
not going to lie. I've done a handful. Personally, the first one was incredibly uncomfortable to the point of pain.
Which I was shocked by
Yeah.
because I've never had any pain with a
And
colonic.
not from just from the water flushing through. It was more of a cramp from hell.
Interesting.
Yeah, that I can't put to words
Yeah.
necessarily. And the provider had said, more common for males to have this than for females. But I got to a couple of points in it where I'm like, I have to stop. This
Right.
is too much. I can't keep going. And the provider was very nice and was like, hey, like, let's pause and let I'm not going to push any more water through, but let's just see what happens because you're doing a lot of great work. um and then after some time it subsided, we were able to go further and continue. Subsequent treatments have been much better, and I think a large part of that is what you're saying of it. I mean, I am 47 years old.
Right.
I have 47 years worth of toxins stored in me.
Yeah.
The first time was trying to pull 47 years worth of
Yeah.
crap out
Yeah.
of toxic sludge out of my system. It was not going to be a pleasant experience.
Right.
Once that was clear, subsequent treatments have been a lot better. Um, and way less painful, but I've experienced the same thing where eye clarity,
Yeah.
vision, just an
Weight
overall
loss.
weight loss, significant weight
Mhm.
loss. And I want to talk on two things related to that. Um, it's gotten a lot easier, and as far as frequency, it's now to a place where it's like, every 6 months to every 12 months, kind of as you feel,
Yeah.
you do what feels right and come in. But the two things I wanted to mention, and I'd love to have our provider come in because I think it would be a very
Right.
wealthful knowledge. But she said something that really resonated with me. My grandfather passed away from colon cancer before I was born. He was, I believe, 51, 52,
Yeah.
very young. Um, but I've got colon cancer as a result in my family genetics. And talking to the provider, and I'm not saying that this is a scientific fact, that you stake everything on, but she's like, I've been doing this for I think 20 years
Yeah.
possibly, and she's like, I've never seen someone that has a regular colonic get colon cancer.
Yeah.
She's like, it does not happen in this
Yeah.
community. If you are constantly cleansing out the toxins in your colon, that buildup is not allowing cancer
Mhm.
to build. When I heard that, I was 100% on
Yeah.
board. I am like, if you tell me I need to be in here every 3 months, I'm going to be in here every three
Yeah.
months. I do not want that. And the science behind it makes sense. If we just have toxic sludge that just
Yeah.
keeps building up in our colon and we don't do anything about it, it makes sense why
Mhm.
disease could grow there. So that was one thing. If we're going back beyond that
Yeah.
topic, on, on a more superficial level, if you want to, more laughing but the topic of this podcast was, hey, you want your beach body?
Yeah.
Um,
You'll get
this
it.
this provider used to live in New York in
Yeah.
Manhattan, and every year the Victoria's Secret runway show would
Yeah.
happen, and she said the 2 weeks leading up to that show, every single model would be in there routinely because that is how everyone got skinny.
Right.
You want to talk about that last little like belly
It's
pooch
gone.
or
Yeah.
it flushes that fat out. So if you're just listening to this and you're like, God, I just want to lose the belly weight, I'm
You lose
not
it
gonna lie,
fast.
you'll lose it. Yeah, it is very tried and tested. So we've got both sides of the coin here. Like, is it healthy and great for longevity? Yes. You just want to be superficial. You just want to get
Yeah.
skinnier. And I know like one of her things was just like it pisses her off
Yeah.
that people that drink and party and don't treat their body very well will
Right.
still do that and they're like, well, I'm fine now.
Yeah.
But it does really do a good job of that.
Oh,
So
there's pounds and pounds of accumulated waste in our
yeah.
bodies. And it's a quick way to release that.
Yeah.
And she said, you have a flat stomach when you walk out of my office.
Hmm.
And you
You
can
do.
literally get on the scale
Oh yeah.
and be like, oh,
What the
wow.
hell? Yeah. So,
So, but for me, it's a lifestyle. And, it's a part of life. When I feel cranky and when I feel overwhelmed and when I feel stressed, I think to myself, like, when's the last time I did
mhm,
a cleanse? And I'm like, if it's been longer than a week, I'm back in there because I know that that's going to make me feel like myself again. And I'm going to feel happy. My cells are going to be cleaned out again.
yeah,
And juicing is a part of my lifestyle now.
yeah,
There's not a day that goes by that I'm not consuming green juice
mhm,
on a pretty big level.
yeah,
I don't always have time to use the juicer.
no,
Like I have to order it sometimes.
yep,
I have to, find a way to get it, but I'm not going without it.
mhm,
And I think more and more it's going to become a part of life as our environment gets worse. We need to pull onto the things that increase the positive outcome in our bodies.
mhm,
And for me, green juice and waste elimination is huge.
yeah,
And for all my patients who do it, it's been huge. And I see the difference in the inflammation in their mouth. I see the difference. I mean, it's just so simple. Like, you don't need to put more things in, you need to get more things out.
mhm,
So it just comes back down to the thing we've always talked about in this podcast is you don't need a lot of things coming in. You don't need a lot of like
additives,
additives, expensive treatments. If you are juicing and cleansing, you'll even see how great you look like all around. You won't need to go and get a lot of work done on your face.
mhm,
You won't need liposuction. You won't need a lot of facial additives, facials, and other like procedures because the waste is gone.
mhm,
And with the waste comes in the light.
yeah,
And with the light comes in the collagen and all the things that make you beautiful and healthy and radiant.
mhm,
So to me, it just makes sense to get simple and to do all the things that help your body support and heal itself as usual.
yeah,
That's what we're talking about here.
mhm,
We just have to go a little extra further now because our environment is so dirty.
yeah, agreed.
Yeah.
And I don't think if you're listening to this podcast and you don't think our environment has become increasingly more dirty, then you're probably not listening to this.
Yeah.
You're listening to this because you're probably already there. You're
You're
already
already dirty.
frustrated. Yeah.
And if you think your body can support itself with elimination,
Hmm.
it can't anymore.
No.
There's too much. Our bodies are designed to remove waste. And if you have a high functioning mitochondria, you're living in a sunny spot, you're electromagnetically pinned, you're doing everything you can, then you still might need to remove some waste that's accumulated over the last 30 years.
I think so.
If you're 20 and you're living in that environment, it might be different.
Yeah.
But for the rest of us,
But if you're 50 and even
it's
in
got to
the
go.
cleanest environment on
Yep.
earth, if you're in one of the blue zones,
Yeah.
I think what there's seven
Yeah.
in the world. Um,
This is
Unless
built
you're
up.
living there, and even
Mhm.
then, because you're probably still traveling, you're still
It's
probably
built
eating
up.
seed oils, you're
Yeah.
probably still exposed to different, toxins in our furniture or mattresses or whatever. Like it is still a environment that we were not,
Designed to live in.
thank you.
And unless we are living in that pure nature designed way that mammals were made to live in,
Hmm.
we need to support our system.
Yeah,
And to me, this makes absolute sense. We're not in our original environment.
yeah.
And so we
We
have to
need to
do
adapt.
unoriginal things
Yeah.
to adapt.
But this is,
Yeah.
as we said, something like all of this green juice,
Yeah.
colonics, fast. These are things that go back hundreds, if not thousands of years. This is not just our modern society. These are things that have been seen for a
Yeah.
long time that needed to be addressed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I want people to understand that their body's working with them and for them.
Yeah.
And that all the things that you see on the outside is your body's attempt to rectify the environmental poison that we're surrounded by.
Hmm.
And so I want you to be thankful with every breath that your body is doing all these things for you. It's attempting to wall off all the toxins. Trust that. Be grateful for that. But remember, it's going to be too much at some point for your body. So you need to start taking out the trash.
Yeah.
And you need to get that out of your system so that your body can do what it was originally designed to do.
Hmm.
And that's live
Help it.
freely. Help it.
Give it the chance to function at its peak performance. And,
Mhm.
hopefully you are working out. Hopefully you are eating healthy. And even then, give it a hand.
Give it a hand. It needs a hand now.
Yeah.
And if you're not down with colonics yet,
That's okay.
that's okay. Like
It's forever.
it's a big leap.
It is.
Yeah.
I would encourage people to just put the ego aside.
Put the ego aside and go do it.
Yeah.
Um,
But if you're not,
then there's, keep cleansing. Sweating is cleansing. Saunas are cleansing.
yep.
Rebounding. Moving your lymph.
What is rebounding? Because that's
Jumping on a
not,
trampoline.
explain it.
So your lymph doesn't have a pump.
Hmm.
So it gets stagnated. So move the body by exercising or jumping.
So I'm going to keep going back again.
Yeah.
Caveman Ian here is moving lymph. What is lymph?
So everyone knows they have a lymphatic system.
Correct.
If your lymph nodes get clogged, you feel like you have a sore
Hmm.
throat. There's a fluid flow through our body that gets stagnant.
Hmm.
It doesn't have a pump. And so if you want to move the fluid, you want to move your body. And one of the ways to do that is to bounce or jump.
On a trampoline or a rebounder.
A rebounder is like a mini trampoline,
Hmm.
and you get that flow going.
Hmm.
Be a kid, like go jump.
Another one of those things where it's just like it might be embarrassing, but it's like, well, what do you care?
You want to,
Do you want to be healthy or do you want to be cool?
I mean, if you want to be cool, then forget all this stuff and go live like a wild animal. That is how your body is going to function the
Yeah.
best.
Hmm.
But if you can't do that or you won't do that, and you want to live in this world,
Hmm.
you want to live under blue light, you want to do things that aren't mammalian,
Hmm.
then you got to do some weird shit if you want to stay healthy.
Yeah.
And so
So
it's,
we got rebounding or jumping
yes,
to circulate lymph,
tongue brushing,
tongue brushing, and I was going to go back because you also said like heat and sauna,
sauna.
so sweat. With sauna protocol, and I think everyone now is aware of the health benefits of what a sauna can provide for the human body.
Mhm.
Again, it's the detox, it's flushing toxins from the
Right,
body. Um, Much like that, I think there's something that a lot of sauna culture right now is missing in that you're much like the green juice awakening all of these toxins that are in your system. But if you're not getting rid of them, you've now just awakened them, and
yeah,
now they're free to circulate through the body
mhm,
and possibly make you sick,
yeah,
or probably make you sick. So, even though I know we want to go into this in another episode,
right,
specifically probably related to just sauna and cold and hot therapy, if you are talking about a sauna, you also need to do something as a binding agent, if I'm correct there.
right,
Yeah. I know coconut charcoal has been one of the things that I've been doing research on,
yeah.
but same thing. If you're going to release it, you have to find something to capture
Find
it
a way to let it go.
and then let it go. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Yeah, man.
Yeah, man. But yeah, let's give our bodies a chance to become coherent again.
Hmm.
Um, let's let's get rid of the toxins and let the light in and let our body do what it already knows how to do.
Hmm. Um, I wanted to ask a couple of questions kind of circling back a little bit
Okay.
to things that we've mentioned.
Take a pause.
Can we take a pause? I'm
Yeah.
sorry. No, we're here. Yeah. We'll hit a quick pause and we'll be right back.
Okay.
Okay. How are we doing?
Great.
Okay.
We're back.
We're back?
We're
Okay.
back.
We are back. Sorry. Quick bathroom break. So I wanted to ask a couple of questions that we're circling back to earlier points that we had and more sort of what listeners can do in order to implement things.
Right.
Um, Juicing, if we're green juicing.
Yes.
You mentioned if we live in a very wonderful environment, we have an organic farm literally a mile
Right.
away from our house. If someone doesn't live in the country, they live in a big city,
Yes.
what are options that they can do?
It makes it harder
Yeah.
because now living in a big city,
Hmm.
there's a lot more EMF pollution. There's a lot less quality water.
Hmm.
You don't have an organic farm down the street.
Hmm.
You're not grounding. You're not out in the sun. You're just not giving yourself what a mammal needs to be successful.
Yeah.
So it becomes more difficult. But I think most people have access to at least somehow ordering, green vegetables.
Hmm.
I think it's possible, if I'm not mistaken, for everyone to receive organic green vegetables
Hmm.
and juice.
Okay.
I know it's possible for everyone to go watch the sunrise.
Yeah. Well, I think my question is, if you don't live right down the road from an organic farm, there are options in order to get organic produce still, but maybe it's also a bigger lifestyle change that is
Yeah.
you want to contemplate even of what is important. Maybe your job is in the city, but what if you kept your job in the city and you commuted? Or you change careers, or where does the quality of life come in that outweighs convenience?
I mean, it's your only life.
Yeah.
There has to be a way to break free.
Hmm.
If you're not healthy and you're having serious health problems and you're living in the city,
Hmm.
you have to find a way out.
Yeah.
There's no other answer.
No, I wish there were an easier answer, but I think it's one of those things where it's like, no, if you're having health problems, do your damnedest. But if you really want to fix the problem, you're going to need to look at changing your environment.
You can't get well in the place that made you sick.
Sure.
And I think it's Jack Cruz, he always says, you can't get well in Chernobyl.
Hmm.
Like, if your environment is that
Or
poor,
Fukushima. Yeah.
yeah, you're not going to get well.
Yeah.
So, expecting to in the place that made you sick
Hmm.
is pretty crazy,
Yeah.
to be honest. You have to have high quality water, you have to have sunlight,
Hmm.
and you have to have a good magnetic charge where you live.
Yeah.
And if you don't have those things, if one of those pieces is missing, the other two better be pretty damn well in place
Yeah.
if you want to stay on planet Earth. So, if you can get green, healthy vegetables, fabulous.
Great.
If you can't, you better think about
Find
moving.
a way.
Yeah,
Find a way. And whatever that looks like, we can't answer that for every single
I
person.
can't.
No.
And I know everyone wants the hack.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Well, but the problem with hacks is it's just like dentistry, just like everything in life. It's not a magic bullet for everything. Everyone has their own unique system, their own unique circumstances, their own
Right.
unique environment. You can't just say, wave my magic wand, and this is what every single person needs to do, and that's going to solve every single person's problem. Every single person's problem is unique.
Yeah,
And
healing
so,
isn't forced.
exactly, you
Healing
have
is
to
something we allow.
find your
Mm-hmm.
own
Mm-hmm.
because there isn't an all-encompassing answer for every single person.
But if you're green juicing and you're eliminating waste
Hmm.
and your environment is tight, you're good.
Yeah.
I'll just tell you that right now.
Yeah.
So you say it's not for, can't encompass it for everyone, but I can promise that
If you're doing those things,
if you're doing those things
your
and
quality of life just got a hell of a lot better.
hell of a lot better,
Yeah.
and your health just got a hell of a lot better.
Hmm.
So I wouldn't wait until you've reached the point of no return before you start looking at those key elements.
And I think that's a big thing with all of this, with
Yeah,
any opinions that we're sharing is like, don't wait to get sick
yeah,
to change your life. Don't wait for a problem to happen to react to the problem. Like, start being proactive.
yeah.
Know inherently that you want to be healthy, that you want to live a long, healthy lifetime, and do the things that you need to do in order to ensure that that happens. Um, Put in the work now so that you can live a healthy 80, 90, 100 years old. Because if you try and start living healthy at 80, you're fucked.
You're too late.
Yeah, it's
I
way too late.
I've
You
been
have to put in the work now in your 20s, 30s, 40s. Yeah.
I've been working with several breast cancer patients this month
Hmm.
on getting their health realigned. And unfortunately, they've also already suffered from breast cancer. But before all of those things happen, your body's going to be giving you signals.
Hmm.
You're going to have smaller issues like my thyroid isn't working like it should.
Hmm.
I have hypothyroidism, or I have low vitamin D, even though I live in California,
Hmm.
in Southern California. Like there's going to be a lot of clues that um the coherence of light that's going through your body isn't coherent.
Hmm.
Like those are miniature warnings. So those are the ones where you're like, okay, it's time to move. It's
Yeah.
time to change my lifestyle. It's time to act. Your body's going to tell you things way before the weight gain.
But ideally, don't even wait.
Yeah, as soon as you start, ideally, you don't wait at
Don't
all.
even wait at all.
But if you're starting to experience any of those things, it's time to act
Yeah.
yesterday.
And it's the problem, I think, especially with youth, is um, when you're 20 years old and young and you know everything
Yeah.
and you can't be told a goddamn thing. But maybe if you're listening to this and you are 20, you do know you still want to have a good life.
Mhm.
And hopefully you understand that in order to have a good life, you're going to have to work on it.
Yeah.
It's not just going to be handed to
Not
you.
anymore.
Not anymore.
Yeah.
Probably never has been, but
Yeah.
we've been sold a myth that it would be.
Yeah.
And that's just a bunch of BS.
Yeah.
So if you want to live a long, fruitful, healthy life, you have to put in the foundation when you're young
Yeah.
and then continue to nurture it the rest of your life. And listen to some of the things that are being said.
Yeah.
And, if you're 20 and you know everything, you do know everything.
The
but
sophomore.
but still maybe also, you know, you know everything, but you can still hear a perspective that you'd never heard before, and maybe you can
Right.
implement that in.
Well, I
So,
think one of the greatest gifts that dentistry has given me is perspective.
mhm,
I can see from looking in someone's mouth that the body is always trying to adapt. It's always trying to repair. It's always trying to survive. It isn't something that we have to force.
yeah,
It really is something we allow. But in this day and age, we need to also support.
yeah,
So support your body and then allow it to do what it's supposed to do.
but you have to help it out.
You have to support it now.
Yeah.
So
Um,
that's what Vital Vibes is.
yeah.
Yeah.
So one other question then related, we covered, my sourcing of organic vegetables. If someone is interested
Yes.
in pursuing colonics,
Yeah.
the Woods method was what the gravity method that you
Yes.
described.
Hmm.
How can someone go about finding? Because I know people that are listening are not just in the Seattle area, so I can't just
Right.
be like, go to our person, and that's not gonna solve it for everyone.
You should be able to find a list of licensed hydrocolon therapists.
Hydrocolon therapy.
Yes,
Okay.
you should be able to find a list of that online. I would encourage you to look at Natalia Rose's work. She has a list of colon hydrotherapists as well. I'm sure if anyone were to reach out to her, she'd be able to provide them with a complete list.
Okay.
And also looking for the Woods gravity method.
That being the ideal method, but
That
probably
being the method.
would anything be better than nothing?
No,
Okay.
you. No, you don't want to force water into your
That's
system.
why I am asking.
No, you want to go with
Gravity
gravity.
fed.
That's right.
Okay.
And you want to find a licensed colon hydrotherapist
Hmm.
who knows how to support your body
Hmm.
and work one on one with them. And you'd be absolutely amazed at the things that will change in your health.
Hmm.
Like it's stunningly amazing.
Yeah.
And you'll know that you're getting rid of the waste, and there's nothing like it. You're just gonna, it's gonna change your whole being.
Yeah.
And so I think no matter where you live, you can find some support. And one thing I did notice about my colon hydrotherapist is she sometimes has to travel to get the support that she needs. She taught me that.
Yeah.
And she has worked so hard on making sure that her health is supported that she has to fly to find the right providers.
Hmm.
She'll do it.
It's that important.
It's that important.
Yeah.
And I think when you
Prioritize.
come to realize, like, even um, the wealthiest people in the world, if they don't have their health, like we've seen it
Hmm.
with Steve Jobs, we've seen it with billionaires.
Yeah.
Like, if you lose your health, none of the rest
No amount of money can
matters.
fix it. Once it's
Yeah.
gone, it's gone.
So
It's reacting, and when it's reacting, it's probably too late.
it's too late. So find, even if you have to travel, even if you have to look for the right even if you have to come to Seattle
Yeah.
to find a colon hydrotherapist to teach you how to do it at home.
Hmm.
I mean, it's
It's an
priceless.
investment in your health.
Yeah.
So,
And it's more valuable than a second home or a boat or an airplane or whatever, you're thinking you want to spend your money on.
you know,
Um, a little bit of investment in the health is everything.
yeah,
So
prioritizing um, your resources for the things that matter on the
yeah.
long on the long journey.
You might be the only one in your family that doesn't own a home, but if you're healthy, that's a lot better than having a home.
Yeah, quality of life is
Yeah.
huge. So,
Yeah.
yeah,
So that's the vital vibes that,
that's the episode.
that's the episode for today. And
Okay.
uh yeah, I can't wait for the next topic.
Yeah. Um, we had a lot of things that we covered today, so I will link some resources for finding providers, for juicers, for
Yeah, I can talk to you about my rebounder.
rebounder, for
Um,
all of these things I can put
mhm.
in the description at the bottom.
Yeah, I can give you the juicers that I chose.
Hmm.
We can talk about the rebounder that I chose. There's a few other things like cupping that we can
More,
later talk about.
yeah, pulling out
It's
toxin.
different ways of pulling out toxins.
Hmm.
I'm happy to link those things for
Okay,
people.
fantastic.
Yeah.
Um, if you have any questions, please feel free to either leave them in the comments below or email vitalvibespodcast@gmail.com. You can find us online at vitalvibespodcast.com, which links to the Dr. Kelly Fisher website.
Awesome.
Um, Gosh, I'm trying to think if there's anything else.
No,
No?
that's it. Let's get outside.
Okay, guys. Thanks so much.
Thank you.
Have a
See you
great
next
week.
time.